I used to hear it. It's a beautiful thing going to class as you're walking along the parkway here. But Dr. Mays, like I said, that's Trevor Arnett. That was our library.
Now, is that also the administrative building?
This is the administration building here. You got to go and check on, you have to register for classes and everything in that building. So that was Hartness Hall. Now I see Clark at Atlanta University. Used to be a sign that says a record and a challenge. Morehouse would be a place that you could spend 4, 5, or 6 or 7 years. They had the sign right there. But when Dr. King died, when they had the funeral service here, all the dignitaries and a lot of the dignitaries come through that gate. Dr. Mays did his speech from right there. And he was saying, he talked about what was happening in Vietnam during that time. And I didn't know he was saying Vietnam, but it was Vietnam. But you know, being a Southerner, he had a different way he did it. But the man was so great. People, Bobby Kennedy, all those people come through that gate. Diana Ross, man, I was there with all the beautiful women, man. All the movie stars. Barbara McNair, man, she was so pretty. I had never seen her like that. She was a black woman, if y'all know who Barbara McNair was. She was gorgeous. But I was like an honor guy right here. I didn't want to be nowhere but there. That's what I was saying. At the time when Dr. King died, you could hear the bells of Spelman. They rung all day long. The bells was just ringing. It was running us crazy. And some of the students, they were on that plane to go and pick the body up. Then finally they built a caisson right behind the dining hall. And it got some kind of wagon. And then they had a mule. And all of those guys that I used to see every day that was pulling that caisson, I never saw them no more. I saw them in the Jet magazine, but everybody talk about it. Sam Jackson, we all talk about it because we were in school at that time. But nobody, what happened to those guys that pulled that caisson? But the night before, probably the day he got killed, that church right across the street, Mount Moriah, yes. And you couldn't get in. So he was talking about, he was saying, who's gonna help the God who's working? I'm sitting outside or on the wall, I'm looking up, this man was so eloquent, speaking. I'm looking at the stars, I had tears in my eyes. This is Danford Chapel. We would come here and pray before a football game. We would leave the dining hall from Dr. Alvin Lane's hall, and we'd be in twos, and we'll trot down here, and you know, whatever we were cheering, we get here, we go in here and pray. Negroes would take their helmet off, throw it down, and everybody wanted to testify. That's what they did. And so we come out of there in twos, and then the bus would be waiting on us, and we go in there and get on the bus and go down to Herndon Stadium and play the football game. Yeah. This was Dr. Alvin Lane Dining Hall right here on this side. Now Mays Hall used to be over there. They must have changed around. But then again, hey, that used to be the old dining hall right there. Jimmy, come out of there, man, with that couch, man. What?
Hey, Jimmy, they found
your couch, man. They all wanted us, some of the Morehouse alumnus, they wanted us to come down there. And so my mama being the Baptist she was, I ain't never went no Morehouse down there. So my cousin and I, Roger Bell, who's the father of Rajah Bell, the basketball.
Okay.
We all played football.
How impactful is it for a student to attend a historically black college?
Okay, to answer your question, it's just as how important is it for a white student to attend a white college? It's probably more than equal for a black to attend his own university so he can have self-pride. Self-pride, we need it, and our kids need to know that we're more than what people see us as in these television shows, crime and all that stuff that come on TV all day. We're more than that. And if they grew up in an environment like that, they don't even know their history. You know, they're taking history out of almost all the schools. You don't even know geography no more because the country's changed so fast. So we don't really know where we come from if they're not educated. Education, that's why they don't fund our schools like they should be. And that's why a lot of times other ethnic groups, they don't even bring their kids to school with our kids. They don't want to, because they know that you're not learning how to be a human being. See, the real definition of education is how to live in society. So yeah, the black institution is more important than what we think it is. And it's good that the historically black colleges, most of them are over 100 years old. And most of them are going toward, a bicentennial. So it's very important. It's just like preschool. That's how important it is. And our children need to know that we have our own institution. We got our own people with PhDs. And we had our own black president. And they're trying to erase all of that. They're trying to erase all of our history. Oh, looking at Dr. Mays, you could tell that he was a great man. He had a certain spirit, a certain air about him. It was almost spiritual because you heard a lot about him before you even met him. And he would walk from that administration building along there all the time. He would be moving real fast and he would speak to everybody along the way. And he looked like he would always have something to do. He was quite a guy. I think that for the common man, I think that although he was as great as he was just a regular guy, looked like.
I couldn't find the girl.
So he had the spirit of the average man, and it was something really spiritual about his whole personality and character.